All right, welcome back to another edition of Music Monday from the podcast Nurture the Mind. I am your host, Cole Poots, and we have another music reaction today. And we're getting back into one of my favorite artists of all time. He's been on the channel before. I think it was one time, maybe two times. I'm pretty sure just once. It is Tyler, the creator, the guy that started the whole collective Odd Future, Loiter Squad, Camp Flogna, Golf Wang, Wolfgang, all those different things. It looks like Tyler, the creator, is coming out with a new album on October 28th, if I'm getting this correct. Yes, October 28th. And the album appears to be called CHROMAKOPIA. And so on YouTube, 3 days ago, he released what I've heard is, I don't know if it's a single, maybe it's part of a song. It's like an album teaser. It's called Saint CHROMA, but it's very, very short at 1 minute and 25 seconds, so I'm not sure how much there is going to be to actually comment on, but regardless, we're going to go listen to this song, this little album teaser, this little snippet, whatever it turns out to be. You never really know with Tyler, the creator, but Tyler has always had this very interesting rollout process with all of his albums, all of his projects. He obviously takes music very seriously, fashion very seriously, any creative endeavor, the rollout process of his albums, the creative direction, the album artwork, and the whole concept. You know, he's been known throughout his entire career over all of his albums to have these different characters that he embodies to really like tell this story of, you know, what he's been doing recently, whatever the heck it is that has been going on in his life. So he, as the name suggests, you know, Tyler, the creator, this guy is a very creative person. And that is why I think, it's not the only reason, but I think it's a huge reason why people still come back to his music, because Tyler has this thought process that I think all creative people should have, is that he never wants to recreate something that he's already done in the past. It already exists. It's already been made. He's always looking for ways to reinvent himself, to do something a little bit different, to get out of his comfort zone, to push those boundaries of what, you know, maybe he was sitting in beforehand. So very interested just to hear the sound and maybe get a feel for what the album is going to be like. But again, 1 minute and 25 seconds, like that doesn't give you a lot of time to really conceptualize anything. So if anything, it might just be a blimp on the fucking radar, and we're going to have to decipher what's going to happen. You know, today, as I'm recording, it's the 19th, and the album won't come out until the 28th. So there's some time here to speculate on some things. Anyways, let's get into it. Saint CHROMA, Tyler, the creator, CHROMAKOPIA, his newest album coming out on October 28th, and we are going to watch this music video. Really, I don't know what to call it, guys. I don't know what it is. So bear with me.
Fuck about it.
Oh gosh.
CHROMAKOPIA.
Okay. There it is, man. Like I said, very, very quick. All right, Saint Chroma. All right, interesting visuals for sure. He's got some type of mask over his face. He's got a new hairdo, a new hairstyle, the little horns that are going out to the sides. And when you look at the lettering, the wording of CHROMAKOPIA, spell out the word on the C on the front end and the A on the back end both have the horns. So definitely going to be a theme here, some type of concept. It was definitely like that with Igor. You know, took some time to really process what was going on. And now CHROMAKOPIA, even though you had an album in between those two albums, which was Call Me If You Get Lost. To me, it's like, at least just this snippet, very hard-hitting right off the bat. So he's leading this line of people. Looked like most of them were men. I don't know, maybe some of them were women. And then it just made me think of like older times. I don't know what era I would call it. There's a movie that I watched last year that came out that was about the atomic bomb, I think, that they dropped on Nagasaki or Hiroshima. I'm kind of getting all of my facts and my details mixed up. What was that called? Oppenheimer was the movie. And they had found this desert location where there was no sign of life around them for thousands of miles, no houses, no nothing. And, you know, it's all about this historical artifact about how Dr. Oppenheimer created, you know, this weapon to be used to kill a shit ton of people. But in this little snippet, this little music video, it looks like it's in a familiar setting like that. And it looks like it's framed to be in older times just because the filter on it is like black and white essentially, or maybe not fully black and white, but just very minimal colors. And then Tyler is wearing what looks like, you know, some type of like army suit or just serving, you know, in the armed forces, whatever, one of those categories, like from back in the old times, obviously not present day, but they're marching in this line. He's whispering a lot of things. It's really hard to catch the lyrics. I didn't really pick up much of what he was saying. I mean, maybe I heard a few words, but then at some point he breaks away from the line and he goes off and he's marching these guys into this like metal container, this freaking crate, whatever you would call it. Again, I'm butchering all of the words today, apparently. But it was a really cool shot because then the camera comes back, it like pans out once they get in there on the side of this crate thing. It says CHROMAKOPIA. And then you have this explosion, which makes me once again think of Oppenheimer when they were testing those bombs. You see this massive explosion of fire and smoke that goes up into the air, that goes up into the sky. And then as the explosion happens, that's when it actually transitions and cuts to some semblance of color in the shot. And it looks like green is going to be the predominant color for this album. With Igor, you had pink. With Cherry Bomb, it was a mixture of more colors. If you go back to the days of Wolf, it was blue. Tyler has, oh man, I'm totally forgetting the album Flower Boy. You know, that's a lot of yellow, that's a lot of orange, sunsets, colors of that nature. Tyler, the creator, has always been known to kind of pick a color for all of the projects that he's done, any of the albums that he's done. So it's hard to tell, man. You could see at the end of that snippet, that's where the beat dropped. You heard some bass. It went heavy. It went a little bit harder. And the only thing I could really say right now in terms of like speculation and what we're going to get is I really don't know. Like I said earlier, you have no idea with Tyler, the creator, and what he is going to showcase next. I'm just really curious to hear about what he's been going through in life, whether that's, you know, good stuff or if it's bad stuff. You know, I feel like the themes that we got from Call Me If You Get Lost, his last album that came out in 2021, it was a lot of highs for the most part. Igor was kind of this separation, this breakup album, this intimate relationship that he had and just coping with the end of it. And Call Me If You Get Lost just felt like an entire celebration of how far he's come and how he's on top of the game and how he's making all this money and life's going very well. But in the midst of that album, he's pursuing that one girl that was already in a relationship with another guy. And, they flirt with the idea of getting together. But by the end of the album, she ends up staying with her current boyfriend. And so Tyler has to deal with the aftermath of that, trying to get involved with somebody that was already in a relationship. But for the most part, that whole album to me felt like just a big celebration. Like that was a big high for him. And so I don't know what this album is about, man. Obviously, like nobody really knows. All we can do is speculate and try and find some answers. Maybe we're going to get a little bit more from now until the 28th, or maybe this is the only thing that we get. But I do know that Tyler, like I said, has always had a very interesting rollout process to his albums, to all of his projects. And I don't know, it's just great that we're going to get something like this from one of my favorite artists of all time to kind of close out fall. Although fall should go for a while, right? Because they say that fall doesn't actually technically start until September 20th, and we're almost at October 20th. So we've had about a month of fall. You should have at least 2 more months of fall before we hit winter. But this just seems like a perfect timing of a project to come out for this time of year when the leaves are changing. There's different colors on the leaves. Here lately in Iowa, it's been getting a little bit cooler. We've had a lot more wind going around, so you just see the breeze and the sway of the trees and the branches and the leaves. And I'm kind of like speaking in metaphors right now, but I don't know about you guys, but to me, that is just beautiful. That has always spoke to me spiritually. Here recently, I've been trying to go outside a lot more. I go outside and I take my walks as, part of my workout. And obviously I enjoy doing that. It's a beautiful thing to do, but I'm trying to switch it up a little bit where when I'm outside, take the walks, but also try and go to a park setting, try and find a bench or something. And I'm trying to challenge myself to sit there for a while, whether it be 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just kind of sit there and observe and look at your surroundings and really become one with nature. And I think it's really helped me here recently, just be present in general, and get past a lot of the OCD, anxious, persistent, reoccurring thoughts that I experience, and really just help me be present in general. And so I just think this is going to be a perfect sounding album for fall and where we're at right now. Interested, also just again, timing wise, because I think it was just yesterday I was hopping on Instagram and Tyler, the creator, announced, I think it's the 10-year anniversary of Camp Flog Gnaw. So that is the event, the music festival that Tyler has always put on, and usually it's always out in LA. I think they've done it at Dodger Stadium before. Maybe Tyler's got his own property where he always sets it up. But the lineup for Camp Flog Gnaw is insane this year. And I think in part it's because it's the 10-year anniversary. So that's coming up in November. I believe that's November 10th, but also November 5th, we have the election for the U.S. president and the U.S. vice president in the United States. Now, I don't know, Tyler doesn't strike me as somebody who's always been super political, but in some of his songs, especially there's one that I'm thinking of, Sorry Not Sorry, from Call Me If You Get Lost, he kind of addressed at least a little bit about this idea of cancel culture. So I wonder if there's any relationship to that. I wonder if he's going to get political. But again, that's just my speculation here. I have no idea. I have no idea what direction this man is going to take it. All I can really say is I've always appreciated him. He's always reinventing himself, always pushing the envelope, always trying to do something new. And I think when you're acting that way, dude, your career is never going to die off. I think this man is going to be around for a very long time in music and then any other endeavor that he decides to pursue. So, yeah, guys, as a little bit of a ramble, but you guys know that's what I do here on the channel. That's the reaction. That's the video. As always, if you guys are coming over here, you're watching my videos, it's your first time here, please subscribe to the channel. That would be number one of things that I would ask that you do. And then number two would be to like the video. Number three, share the message via social media if you could, or you can talk about it with other people. And then number four, please comment in the comment section below about just your story, whether you like the video or not, maybe your experience with this particular artist, how you got into them, maybe a funny story, anything, man. Just comment in the comment section below. And then, as always, before we depart, I am a First Form Legionnaire. So that First Form is a supplement company that is based out of Missouri here in the United States. And I really believe in this company. I believe in their products. I believe in what they stand for, their values, their core tenets, their entire mission. And I think that their supplements have really helped me elevate my fitness and just my overall health. And so a lot of my full-time job, I'm a personal trainer. And, you talk about all these pillars of things that you can do to just make your life overall better. And supplementation is a huge part of that a lot of people neglect. And so if you guys are curious in taking their products, you should definitely do your own research and see which products, might suit your goals a little bit more. But I always put my links out there and then my general website link for you guys to go click on and potentially get some products. I do get commission off of that, but that is not the reason that I push it. I push it because I believe in First Form, and I know it's helped me, and I know it can help you guys. I know it can help other people. So guys, with that being said, I'm gonna dip out of here. As always, thanks for coming over and hanging out. I love you guys. Take care, and I will see you on the next video in the next reaction. All right, bye-bye.